All right, guys. This is a Marvelous Thursday, episode 71. Um, Also, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there and stuff. I'm your host, Chopper War Dog 008, and this is the co-host.
Estonius, and oh boy, Chopper, we got some stories today.
And we got two reviews to do.
That's right.
Um, the Aces at War review and stuff because I finally got a chance to look at it. The Ace Combat set when they released the book for Ace Combat 7's edition, right?
Yep.
And I finally got a chance to read it and stuff, and definitely give you my thoughts on what I think about it. It's really good. And I gotta try not to cuss today.
Be a difficult one.
Well, at least for a little bit. Or just keep my voice lowered and stuff, because I usually get very loud. Um,
So, uh, so we can long enough.
yep. But yeah, I finally saw got the Aces at War book and stuff, thanks to Carbine and stuff. Apparently it's hard to find now and stuff, so he got it for digital and stuff, and I told him to bring me the copy, and I read through it, and I was actually satisfied with it and stuff. I guess we might as well do the Aces at War book before we get into the Thunderbolts, right?
Yep.
So my thoughts on it and stuff is that it's a pretty good description of all the wars, right?
Indeed, it is.
Yep, it tells you it goes into deep detail about the Balkan War, what happened during the Balkan War, the Euxine Continental War, the Unsung War, aka the Circum-Pacific War. Um, my only problem is the Lighthouse War. Now, you know that they had a lot of characters they barely gave any description on, right? I was looking forward to see if they gave some better description of who they were in this book, like Brownie, Knocker, Full Band, Champ, High Roller, um, High Roller, Band Dog, all that type of stuff and stuff. Fortunately, they don't. It's like some characters did die and some didn't and stuff, but they didn't even get no description about it. Like when you get down to Lighthouse page stuff, it tells you about the whole war, right? What happened during the whole war and stuff, Harling's death, right? But barely nothing about these characters. And that was what the glue was for the Ace Combat franchise was these characters, interacting with these characters, knowing more about them and everything, right? That was
You,
part of the glue. That was what the charm was for 4, 5, and 0. And the fact is that 7 barely put any effort through these characters. We don't even get a description of Makoni. So that's the stupidest thing stuff. Because I want to know more about Brownie. You don't even get that and stuff. Look, I'm scrolling down the page right now. Nothing about these characters. Okay, I take that back. Maybe the characters that showed up in the cutscenes. So you get description about Avro and stuff, of course. And so I'm not bashing that stuff because Avro is somebody you want to know about. Yeah, you get to know about your foe, your biggest foe, Mr. X, right?
yep.
And her granddaughter, his granddaughters. The Belkin that started the war. You get to know about Tabloid and stuff. R.I.P. Tabloid. You get to know about the cardboard cutout Rosa, right? That's it. That's all the characters you know about. Which is crazy. It is extremely crazy and stuff because the fact is stuff like you got all these characters. Like who wants to know about her and stuff and she didn't get no of it. I can hear it in the comments right now. I'm like, and I can hear it right now. I can hear people saying, "Well, she's a political figure like Harling was," but she has no personality. That's the problem with her. No type of personality. She can look hot as she wants to stuff, but if she ain't got no character development and stuff, why should I care for her? She could have got eaten alive by that missile, and I wouldn't even care. I cared more about that shorter than I did Rosa. If I'm being honest with you, so I personally think that they really have to ask the Lighthouse War. They really did. Look, they even put the emblems in there, Wes. Look what they did.
I mean, you're not sharing your screen.
Oh, okay. I fucked up again and stuff, but we'll right over that. Look at this. Uh, Gollum. Like you give us the squadron names, but you don't give me descriptions on them, right? Don't these feel half-assed? It's like they put no effort into Ace Combat 7 and stuff. But I'm not saying Ace Combat 7 was a bad game. It was just it felt like it was not finished, not fully cooked. It's like a mid dinner that you just had, and you just over here like, hmm, it was good, but oh well. So I was disappointed by that and stuff. I was expecting that and stuff, but I am satisfied that they gave more character detail to. They gave more detail to the Balkan Wars, Circum Pacific War, and the Continental War. I was very satisfied by that. Also, even tells you about that hangar that you destroyed in Nine Deceit, West. Remember the hangar that that Rosgreaves and Cyper visits?
Yeah.
Yeah, they tell you about that hangar. So I was even more interested in that and stuff. But yeah, these guys got more like now you're saying that okay, well, the page where Ace Combat Zero's description gets it is to show the characters. That's because they were already cooked and developed in the game and stuff. The characters did it themselves in the game and stuff. When you put full focus on the characters and stuff, like they had proper development and stuff, which is why you could get behind Cypher, Pixie, PJ, uh, Sorcerer Squadron, you name it. So that's my thoughts about it and stuff. That it was I liked how they give us full description of the Holy Trilogy, right? But I just hated how they did how they did the Lighthouse War 30 and stuff. See, look, that's what they should have done with the Lighthouse War right here, Wes. Look how they did Ace Combat 5. Oh shoot. You see how descriptive they went with the characters?
Yep.
That's what they should have done with Ace Combat 7's characters, so we can know more about them. I was so looking forward to see more about Brownie. And like I say, you cannot tell me that Marcus Snow does not look like Denzel Washington.
Definitely see it.
Like if there was a movie for Ace Combat 5 for 2004, Denzel would definitely have this job automatically. So yeah, that's my thoughts about it and stuff. That everything else is fine. It was just the Lighthouse War wasn't cutting it for me. I felt like I learned nothing from that war. Well, yeah, you gave us descriptions of what happened and probably shit that didn't even show up in the game and stuff, but you didn't you the character development it ain't there. Besides for the characters that you want to focus on. So yeah, that's Aces at War review 2019 already done. Now we get to talk about the Thunderbolts.
Oh, no, Chopper. It's not called the Thunderbolts anymore.
Oh,
It's called the New Avengers.
oh, oh. Now I'm gonna just tell you this right now. What a missed opportunity, West. What a missed opportunity. You wanna know what the new Avengers was supposed to be, West? Before I get started on the review?
Yeah, let's see it.
Give me a second. Let me find it. These were supposed to be your new Avengers. If Marvel Studios knew what they were doing.
This is already a better lineup than what they have now.
Yeah. Meaning Captain America is not supposed to be going back to his timeline. Well, I mean, we had Wolverine and Deadpool Wolverine and stuff, but I mean that would be a perfect opportunity for him to come back, join the Avengers, right?
Yep.
Oh, look at this! Is this Luke Cage?
I believe that is Luke Cage.
Oh my God, they could have debuted him in Daredevil Born Again, and then set him up to join the new Avengers, right?
Yep.
Well, Spider-Man's been seen in the Multiverse of Madness. I mean, not the multiverse, but the multiverse saga and stuff. So he can easily show up when he wants to, right?
Yep.
But they have, but the next time he's going to be doing something is probably when after Doomsday. When is Spider-Man Brand New Day coming out? Is it before Doomsday or after Doomsday? July 31st, 2026. I'm looking forward to seeing that movie. By the way, it's that's probably going to be the only thing Marvel has good in Phase 6.
Yep.
Just like No Way Home, Wes.
Amazing how Spider-Man is going to be their saving grace yet again.
Spider-Man's always come to save the day for Marvel. Oh, Doomsday's gonna come out before Spider-Man Brand New Day. Yikes, Marvel. That's gonna hurt y'all badly if this movie sucks.
Yep.
That's gonna hurt y'all badly.
Oh, we're just gonna
Oh, not
screw
to mention,
yourself.
Wes, did I forget to tell you that the Trump tariffs possibly halted this film?
Oh boy.
Yeah, good luck on that, Marvel. Hey, but don't worry, Marvel. Don't feel bad and stuff. I mean, I'm not gonna get into too politics and stuff, but tariffs is on everything and stuff. So I mean, you're not the only ones getting hurt by this. So, but yeah, that's what the new Avengers could have been. What a fucking waste. Wait. No. Wait. We need to fully examine that too, Wes. Who's this character right here? Is that Moon Knight?
Don't think it is. Hold on.
Let's see. So while he's looking for that and stuff, should I
Okay, I
start
found
doing?
it.
Huh?
That's Ronan.
That's Ronan. Clint Barton's Ronan? Because the Ronan that they had in MCU was Clint Barton and stuff, and then Clint Barton claims that Black Widow killed Ronan.
Okay, Ronan is a character. As Ronan is an alias used by multiple characters in the Marvel Comics universe. One was Maya Lopez, aka Echo. Bleh.
Oh
Clint
no!
Barton, Alexei Tolzakov, Eric
I feel like
Brooks.
this one's the Clint Barton one.
Maybe. So yeah.
I'm gonna assume that
I
that's
mean,
Clint Barton and stuff because it will make sense. After all, Clint Barton was Hawkeye, and Hawkeye is a relevant is a part of the Avengers, right? Always been a part of the Avengers and stuff, so it makes sense to me. So that's for sure Quentin Barton and stuff. So Quentin Barton's now the Ronin and stuff. Apparently, Black Widow didn't kill him. I bet she was done better too. But this lineup right here. Oh wait, I know why we didn't get this West. Look how much masculinity that is.
yeah, not a single girl boss.
No Captain Marvel and stuff. No gay character. No Echo or anything. So it's just straight up males. Males get ready to fuck some shit up. The fact is that they got Luke Cage up in here. Luke Cage. But Marvel, you could have debuted him in Daredevil Born Again. Did you not realize this and stuff? But I guess you're allergic to making money. And then you did say you were bringing back Chris Evans for Doomsday, right? It would make sense for him to be in the Thunderbolts movie. Then you already had Wolverine come back. So there's that. You already built that up. You already built this one up, Spider-Man and stuff, so he could just show up and be a new Avenger in a post-credit scenes, right? So you already got that out the way and stuff. Now all you need to do is build up Chris Evans coming back as Captain America, and then Quentin Barton, bringing his rolling thing back. You could do that for a post credit scene and stuff, since we already know who Ronan was in the MCU. All you had to do was just get Luke Cage back in there, Wes. That's all they had to do. All they had to do was work on Captain America and Luke Cage coming back. But I guess they didn't want that because they were too busy right now virtue signaling over that mantle, right?
Yep.
Uh, Sam Wilson's gotta be the new Black. The that movie's fucking god awful, just god awful. Oh my god. So, anyways, yeah, what a wasted opportunity and stuff. But instead, these are your new Avengers. Makes no sense. But but by the way, but wait. Does this mean that I hate Thunderbolts? No. And I'm about to explain why and stuff. About to explain why. So it's not going to, to me, if you did not watch any of the trash things that these characters was previous in and stuff, because every single, well, except for Ghost, I mean, she was the villain of the Wasp and stuff. Ant-Man the Wasp, not Quantumania, but the second movie and stuff. But
Still just as forgettable.
yeah, she's just forgettable. That's it. But guess what? That's not even the right Ghost. Ghost, by the way, and stuff. Because I just
Of
found out,
course it's not.
huh?
Because of course it's not.
I just found out that Ghost is supposed to be a male.
Shocking. They turned Ghost into a girl boss. Who would have guessed?
Yeah, I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna show you something right now and stuff while we doing this review and stuff. I'm gonna show you something so to tell you why I figured that out and stuff. I didn't know at first and stuff, but I heard people talk. Moving on. The hell happened here?
You didn't put Marvel in there.
But I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you something. Once I actually do put Marvel in there. Take a look at this. This is Ghosts. This is Ghost. And the comics. Oh, did I forget to mention West? It was an Iron Man enemy. So Marvel could even get that villain right. That's how I know you're full of shit, Marvel and stuff. When you decided to try to hide that Ghost was once a male and stuff, and you didn't even get what villain what hero that he fought. You say that he fought Ant Man and the Wasp, but he's an Iron Man enemy. And look, and somebody did a comparison. Okay, that's probably act after and stuff. But if you look at the so that doesn't count right there. So you'd be like, oh, but they did, but she's a female and stuff. What is that? Soy boy ghost? Is that even the right ghost, West? Okay, it's the Thunderbolts. Okay, Thunderbolts right here. Yeah, he's still a male. I was right, West. See that? Yeah, nice going, Marvel Studios and stuff. So you got that wrong and stuff. So yeah, which means I'm gonna tell you right now what characters I didn't care for and what characters that I literally finally cared for and stuff because they actually put better build up in there. Yelena, Bucky, Red Guardian, and John Walker is the only four you should really care for. And Sentry are the only five characters worth caring about. Huh?
I didn't say nothing. Keep going.
Oh. But Yelena, Bucky, Red Guardian, and John Walker and stuff was the characters that I cared about throughout that whole movie and stuff. Because the acting and the chemistry was really good in the movie and stuff. I will admit, they actually had some chemistry, so it worked very well. So it worked very well, and with Sentry and stuff. Now, what do I think about the villain for Thunderbolts, or so-called villain and stuff? I don't know what he is stuff, but he felt rushed. Sentry, and the boy and stuff that could have been better worked. However, what saves Sentry and stuff was that he did good acting the character. Like the character, it was very good acting and stuff. They did a good job with pulling off Sentry and stuff. So what saves this from not hating the villain and stuff, not saying that he didn't get no character development and stuff, is that he that the acting was great and the acting was better. But he felt like it was rushed. Like the story turns out to be stupid and stuff. It's so I'm gonna just get down to the part here with Sentry stuff. So basically, Valentina wants the Thunderbolts all wiped off the face of the earth, right? She wants them gone and stuff. So she does anything she can to try to kill them, right? The Thunderbolts ends up in a facility, abandoned facility and stuff that Val left all this stuff that all the specimens, all that shit there to rot and stuff. Basically, was going to eventually incinerate them. She had something to incinerate them and stuff. And the Thunderbolts were sent there and basically set up to die and stuff. So they were all surrounded together in that one room stuff. It was not all of them and stuff. Bucky and Red Guardian was there, but it was Yelena, it was Ghost, John Walker, and Task Mistress. And I'm not. You know why I'm calling her Task Mistress, right?
Yep.
Yeah, they all go in there to fight each other. They go in there to fight each other and stuff. They Taskmaster getting thrown around. Task Mistress getting thrown around like a puppet. What Wes? I mean, she was just getting tossed around like she was nothing. I wonder if I could show these footages that the clips that came out West.
What?
There are two types of people who should avoid taking gabapentin for neuropathy. Anyone who wants to keep both legs healthy.
There you are.
Now what?
Oh, get over you.
So in this scene right here and stuff, Yelena's objective was to go after Ghost. I think to try to take out Ghost. John Walker was sent to go take out Yelena. No, actually sent to go take out John Walker's actually sent to take out Taskmaster. And so it was a mixture. They were all confused at who what they were fighting, so they eventually all start fighting each other.
Yourself.
Look at that. That's the first person. And Ghost was going at the Taskmaster too. Task Mistress too. She was just getting tossed around, West, like she was nothing.
Stay out of my way.
This ends today.
That's it. Let's look for more. See. Um I guess not, West. But yeah, they were fighting each other for a little bit and stuff, and then this happens and stuff. We gotta show this part though, West, of Taskmaster getting vibe checked. You want to see that?
Yep.
Because it was great. It was great. I did not expect this to happen and stuff, but I literally jumped out my seat. If you could get a good picture of it. No, we don't need no description of it. Oh, by the way, Wes, they had to they had to rub it in your face, right? That master is a woman, right? They made her take her mask off again one last time, West. They let her show her face. They let her show her face one last time before she puts it back on and gets killed. Okay. Um, I just had it. I guess we just look at this then, Wes. Yeah, right there in the head, Wes. The end of Taskmaster stuff. So you had her. So let me get this straight. Let me get this straight. Y'all had her show her face and everything. So it's like, yeah, we did it again. We did it again. We got Taskmaster and stuff just for her to get shot in the head, Wes. Is that where I'm getting at?
Yep.
Wow, that blew up in your face and stuff. They probably knew that she wasn't liked. So they said, yeah, we gotta kill her off. Smart choice, Marvel, but they blew up in your face. So yeah, after she dies, she gets axed and stuff. They hear Bob, aka Century and stuff, comes out from where he is. Sound like he was throwing up or something there. And then everybody's like, "Who the hell are you?" and stuff. And he's like, "I'm Bob. I'm Bob." Don't shoot, don't shoot. He raises his hands. Now Bob doesn't know that he is very powerful, right, West?
Yep.
He doesn't know that he's very powerful, so he's clueless on everything and stuff. He thinks that they could just shoot him and he could just die. So he's cooperating and stuff, trying to make sure that they won't shoot him. Uh, he's scared for his life. He's like, hey, look, man, I don't know how I got here. I was just here. Don't shoot me and stuff. The Thunderbolts are they're debating on if they should kill him and stuff, kill him or not and stuff. But then they take him with him. However, Valentina decided, let's wipe them off the face of the earth, West, with the incinerator and stuff. So let's give them a grand cremation and stuff, and then also put out the sound barriers so ghosts won't be able to get through those walls. And they were getting weakened and stuff. But during all this stuff, they were Valentina, Bucky, and so I forgot to explain the previous part and stuff. So what happens before? The government's now trying to impeach Valentina, which they really should, because I don't know how you can have somebody in there. And let me get this straight: Valentina, ain't she supposed to be Madam Hydra? If I'm not making this up, West. I don't know about you stuff, but I think that's Madam Hydra.
Pretty sure.
So how the fuck did she get in? And Hydra's gone too by this time and stuff. The Avengers already defeated Hydra and stuff. It was already a done deal after Captain America took care of it, right? But she was nowhere to be found and stuff. And I think she was a thing in World War II and stuff. So we didn't know nothing about her, right? How she got her position. She just showed, and this is what was so bad about it. This is why I say you probably would not like this movie, because you had to watch all those terrible TV shows and movies that was produced in Phase 4, 5, and 6, right? Like you have to watch those TV shows and stuff. And I think she made her debut in Wakanda Forever, another terrible movie, West. Too bad I had to go back and watch that movie and stuff, and oh my god, I hate it. I hate that movie. So, like I said, you have to do your homework again to see why she got in her position. So in Wakanda Forever, and we're gonna make a lot of references and stuff because, like I said, it's gonna get confusing if you don't know what you're watching, because Kevin Feige doesn't know what he's doing with the MCU anymore. So in Wakanda Forever and stuff, Valentina makes her debut. See, there you go.
Ross,
She's working for the
emergency?
CIA.
You got any witnesses?
None. But we think it was the Wakandans.
Excuse me?
Our field ops got a tip from Langley that they were coming.
Right. Who made that call?
She did.
Director DeFontaine?
Really?
Well, agent thinks it was the Wakandans.
We've been on every one of them since they took out our ship. That's why I wanted you here. You're looking good.
Oh, well, I try.
You put that home gym in?
Yeah, last year.
Maybe I'll drop by sometime and jump on your Peloton.
Howdy.
Yeah, already fucked up and stuff because she went after Wakandans and stuff, even though it was Namor that attacked that ship, right?
Yep.
It was Namor's people that attacked the ship and stuff. So she's going after Wakandans and stuff. So she's over here starting controversy and stuff with Wakanda, trying to put them in the bad light, bad light stuff. Then she does it again, but try bringing Natasha's sister at her fucking gravesite, at Black Widow's gravesite too, by the way, and stuff. In Hawkeye, she shows up in Hawkeye again to tell Yelena while she's paying her respects to her dead sister, who unfortunately got yeeted in game, right?
Yep.
Talking about that Quinn Barton was responsible for Natasha Romanoff's death and stuff, and we know that that's not the case, Wes. Natasha chose to die. Chose to die so Quinn Barton can make it to his safety. Because it was either one or the other could get up there. So in Hawkeye and stuff, that right there sends Yelena into a mad frenzy and stuff, and goes after Quinn Barton and Kate Bishop and stuff, which is another show that you have to do your homework on. So now you have to go watch Hawkeye for it, right? You got to go watch Hawkeye. So that's two shows you have to watch to understand what Valentina is from. Because if you look at the comments of, you would think, what is Madam Hydra doing in the CIA department? And why was she not introduced in the MCU when Captain America was fighting the Hydra, right?
Yep.
Because that's the question that I asked too and stuff when I finally discovered that this was Madam Hydra and stuff. Why is she not Captain America's villain and stuff, not trying to kill Steve Rogers and stuff, and why is she a director and stuff? But even then, Wes, you still don't get a description as to how she got into her power. How did she not become Madam Hydra or something like that? Or she was Madam Hydra, but somehow was able to become a government official, right? You still don't get that and stuff. So there's two shows that doesn't describe her perfectly. And then she shows up in another TV show that was very bad. And you want to know what that TV show was? You want to know what that TV show was? I'm gonna go ahead and type it for you. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Actually, she makes a debut there. You see how confused I got, Wes? Now I just now realized this came before Wakanda Forever. Oh, I was supposed to be doing a review of Thunderbolts, and now they got me doing homework. You see what I mean? What happens when you do this shit, Wes? Now I had to go
I
back
don't
and
really like committing to
explain and stuff. This is what would have killed the Thunderbolts for me if I had to do this before the movie. I'm so glad I went in with a fresh mind, right? Because I was able to enjoy a movie better.
Title and authority as Captain America. If
So after poor John Walker gets framed for his none wrongdoing, right? You know, because he apparently killing a terrorist is illegal, right, Wes?
Yep.
She makes a proposition for him to join redeem himself for unknown reasons, by the way, and stuff, because he totally did something wrong, right? Yeah, by stabbing that terrorist to death and stuff, which was justified after he just killed his best friend. So let me get this straight. Y'all would have done the same thing to Steve Rogers if that was Bucky Barnes dying like that, right? What a fucking double standard that is, West. We're gonna flag John Walker for killing a terrorist that killed his friend. And so, oh, by the way, the terrorist that blew up a hospital full of children and women in there, right?
Yep.
Well, these boots
So
are
yeah,
not
but that's
made for
justified and
walking.
stuff. Oh, by the way, might I add, they bring that up. They bring that up to rub it all in his face too in that movie too, in some parts. Oh, how he killed an innocent man. They said an innocent man, West. That terrorist was an innocent man. I just shook my head at that, and so I'm just like, we still think that that man was innocent. That it was was innocent, huh, Marvel? Right? I hate Marvel Studios for what they did, Wes. Which is why I still say John Walker was the best character.
Valentina Allegra de Fontaine. Actually, it's Contessa Valentina Allegra de Fontaine. I know it's hard, but I don't like to repeat myself. So you can just.
Yeah, so she goes into recruits John Walker and stuff, which led to the Thunderbolts. Cause yep, that led to the Thunderbolts and stuff, and he comes back in Thunderbolts and stuff. So that's his brought back and stuff. So there we go. Did I finally get everything? I hope that I got everything out the way about Valentina West. So that's the description of Valentina and stuff, that she was a CIA director stuff. Now Bucky has been trying to get her impeached and stuff. So he joined. So his description is the why he became a congressman in Captain America: Brave New World, right? Is that he was trying to get Valentina impeached, West, out the seat. He was working with I think Wendell Pierce's character. I forgot what he was. I think he was one of the judges, right? One of the representatives for America and stuff who determines the trial. So Wendell Pierce's character is trying to get her out of the office stuff. So he's like, we got all these evidence. We got all this evidence of you doing all these wrongdoing stuff. We got you in the bag and stuff, and then we're gonna get some witnesses against you and stuff, and we're gonna get you locked up in the raft. So he's doing everything in his willpower stuff, and he's also working with Bucky and stuff, Bucky Barnes and stuff. So him and Bucky are working together and stuff. This was found out by at the party that Valentina's hosting stuff, because Valentina is trying to bribe people into saving her, right? And meanwhile, trying to dispose of the evidence that she had of what basically could get her messed up and stuff. In all reality, what Thunderbolts should have been focusing on is trying to just get rid of her and stuff. Because in reality, she is the main villain and stuff. Because guess what? Guess what and stuff. She tried to kill the Thunderbolts. They're the last living witnesses and stuff. So Valentina knows that and stuff. So she tried to give them a grand cremation. They barely make it out of there and stuff. And guess what happens to Taskmaster's body? Gone. Vaporizing to ashes, West. As if Marvel was trying to say, Taskmaster never happened. That Taskmistress never happened. I was actually satisfied when I saw those flames coming in there. I was like, no more, no more Taskmaster, West.
Damn.
You shot her in the head and then vaporized her to ashes. Let's go. Well, I'm pretty sure that a lot of people ain't gonna be happy about that, right, Wes? The virtue signaling.
Yep, not gonna be happy at all.
Yeah, the Taskmaster got yeeted like that. Woo, that was a gruesome death and stuff. So I enjoyed that, Wes. I enjoyed that. I absolutely enjoyed that scene and stuff. I will give them credit. That was a satisfaction. So after they barely escaped and stuff, while Taskmaster's body gets vaporized, um, they escaped with Bob, by the way, and stuff. Bob came with them and stuff. They now had to try to find their way out because now that Valentina found out that they survived and stuff by looking at the cameras, they had some cameras in there and stuff. They surprised us. So now they got to send some people down there to go try to kill him. Kill him and stuff. So yeah, she's trying to kill them all over because in true reality, she is the true villain of this movie. I'll explain that as we go on. They try to go out and stuff, find a way out. They have to climb up by force stuff. Now here's the thing: well, Bob would have gotten them up easy if he discovered that he could fly, right? No, he didn't even know that he could fly and stuff. So they have to. So they had to climb, and they try to. And there's a lot of scenes that are they had to do comedian stuff. That typical Marvel comedian shit, right? I mean, some of it hit, some of it didn't. That typical Marvel moment, right? Uh, they try to make it to a funny scene and stuff where they're talking about while they were trying to climb up. John Walker tries to go up there with his serum, right, where he can jump up high, and he comes crashing back down. Then they all have to try to hold each other just to get up there and stuff. And guess what? They get mad at John Walker because he actually did something smart, right? It was risky, but they got it. But he got it done, right? He when they got close to up there, and stuff. He jumps up, uses his serum power to jump up and stuff. They fall a little bit and stuff, but lucky for them, they had something to keep them up and stuff. So John Walker starts getting them all up and stuff, and he saves the day. But once again, with them being ungrateful to him and stuff, because we got to bully John Walker, right? Because I don't know. Marvel has some type of deep hatred for this guy, and this guy is just winning fans. Like, how do you actually make him the best character, West? Tell me that, West. You're supposed to make him this boogeyman, and you're doing the exact opposite of that. He's proven to be more Captain America than Sam Wilson is. He really is. Because he just saved Yelena, Ghost, and Bob all at the same time. But here's the kicker. Another thing that Bob didn't notice that he had and stuff until later in the movie and stuff was that there was this thing where he can make people see their past. Right?
Yep.
So he when he grabs onto John Walker's hand and stuff, when John Walker pulled up everybody else, but and then he's pulling up Bob and stuff, they look at each other. Now Bob and John Walker didn't like each other at first and stuff. So he pulled him up. Bob is looking at John Walker with some hatred and stuff, and then John is sent back to his past, which apparently, since they got to try to make John Walker a boogeyman once again, apparently he's not a good father and stuff. So he was just sitting there. He was sitting there on his phone, looking at that was in the trailer, right? The fall of a hero, right?
Yep.
The John Walker story and stuff. Then the mother of that child was like, "Well, John, you're not babysitting and stuff." And John's like, "He's right here in front of me and stuff." John was just on his phone, not even interested. The baby was crying too and stuff, but John was just like, just not interested and stuff. He was just like, he just didn't look like he didn't even care. And the wife and him got into the argument and stuff. So apparently, the wife left John Walker. West. The funny thing is, instead of checking on John Walker and stuff, because John Walker was feeling a bit depressed, he did get screwed out of his life by the government, right? So you would think, yeah. So you would think, oh yeah, maybe I should go check on my husband because something's going wrong and stuff. No, they got into an argument. She walks away with the baby. He loses everything again. like I said, Marvel, like I said, Wes, you couldn't tell me otherwise that Marvel hates this character so much, Wes. That Marvel hates this character. They're trying their best to make this man a boogeyman and stuff. But then we feel more empathy for John Walker. It just it just gets better for him, for at least for the fans, right? And by the way, I didn't notice this, Wes. I didn't even know that that the one that played as John Walker is the son of Kurt Russell. That I didn't even know. So I learned something new right there. So what a coincidence. So when the past is dug up and stuff, they help each other. They just move on and stuff. Yelena noticed that John Walker was feeling some kind of way and stuff, probably because of the past and stuff. And he was just like, and John Walker was just like nothing. So they move on. They move on out to the elevator and stuff. They had to come up with a plan to try to outsmart Valentina's hit crew. Team and stuff because they were going to get eliminated and stuff. They had to go down to they had to go down. They had to separate and stuff to fight the bad guys and stuff. Now their objective was to turn on the lights, right? So Bob and Bob and Yelena moves together and stuff to go and turn on the lights and stuff. But as they were walking down and stuff, Bob still doesn't know his powers and stuff. So Yelena thinks that he's just basically vulnerable and could get killed at any instant, right? Yelena's like, "Look, Bob, I'm gonna need you to do something. Here, have a gun and try to shoot them stuff." Bob doesn't know how to shoot a gun. But I was like, I was over here just sitting over here like, but this is the opportunity to finally discover that he is a god right here. Just fucking just sit in front of her and just take the bullets, right?
Yep.
Like Yelena should have been like, should have been like, let's see, what type of specimen they made you or something like that. Like I was just hoping that Yelena lets him stand in front of him, use him as a shield and stuff, and they just start shooting him and stuff, and he just takes bullets. Because literally, this man could take, and I'm gonna tell you this right now, he's basically Luke Cage, but even stronger. Yeah, he doesn't know how to fire a gun, but he tried to fire a gun and stuff. Yelena straps him on to her back and said, "I don't know how you can pick up this muscular man." By the way, Yelena and stuff. Like I really don't know how she could pick him up and stuff. I mean, just look at her size and look at his size, Wes. I'm gonna try not to think about that and stuff. So yeah, they're over here fighting and stuff. Yelena's doing all the work and stuff because Bob doesn't know his powers yet and stuff. Even though she should have really tested his powers, right?
Yep.
That would have been a great opportunity for him to learn that he could do something. Because Valentina, after all, did abandon him. So yeah, they ever fight their way out and stuff. So now they go to the thing where they have to turn on the power. But Bob also discovers another power that he doesn't know about, that he can control light, control light and stuff. And what Yelena didn't know is stuff. But he and Yelena didn't know that stuff because she was trying to cut out the power and stuff. And then for some reason, his power effect and stuff, his light powers and stuff. I think Citri has light powers and stuff. Didn't allow the lights to turn on. So Yelena's over here confused, just like, what is going on? And this was supposed to work and stuff. Bob didn't know what was going on and stuff until you later discovered that was Bob doing that. But Bob didn't even know that he was doing that and stuff. So they over here like, well, we're just gonna do this the hard way and stuff in the dark and stuff. So John Walker's over here confused, like, hey, what the hell? Yelena and Bob were supposed to turn on that power. So they had to go to the dark, fight all those bad guys and stuff. And then they ran into each other on opposite sides. John Walker, Yelena, and Bob ran into each other as Yelena is over here about to shoot John. John had to hold up his shield and stuff just to be like, hey, it's me. And they were all confused and stuff. So they all meet back up. They go outside to realize they were surrounded. They were basically going to be surrounded. And luckily for Ghost, so they were they had to go in disguise. They had to go in disguise as guards. They try to get away and stuff as they see Valentina in the area. Ghost shows up in one of their armory trucks. So I guess that's the plan, is that she was going to be this escape the escape person. They get in and stuff as they had Bob fake his injury and stuff. So Bob's faking the injury. They get into the back of the truck. All the rest of them gets into the front, and and then they get stopped by a security guard, right? So John Walker's fucking with the security guard and stuff. Is like, hey, look, we gotta get him off the base and stuff. He's hurting all that stuff, and then the security guards arguing with him and stuff. But guess what, West? Bob gets out the truck to go be bait, basically, right? These guys didn't even know and stuff until Bob did the unthinkable and shoot the air, right? He grabs a gun, shoots the air, gets all these guys to turn around at him and stuff. And the three members are just like, what the fuck? Where did he go? And then they see him just taking the sacrifice and stuff. So they over here like, just leave him. He provided bait for us. So they leave and stuff. And then guess what, Wes? So they start shooting him up. He wants them to shoot them up and stuff. And I guess he didn't care about dying and stuff, but he's gonna figure out sooner or later that he can't die. So Valentina orders him to shoot. Colt, a ally of Valentina, orders him to shoot. They start shooting him up and stuff. He's just over here getting shot up and stuff. So we're thinking that, and I thought that he was actually going to die because he was taking the bullets like he was getting shot, right? He was taking the bullets. But then when it all stopped after Valentina ordered ceasefire, so they looked at that and stuff and he realized he was still alive, West. He was still alive. So they try all confused and stuff as to why he wasn't dying and stuff. And then he discovers the power, West. He flies. Well, he flies in the air. He flies in the air and stuff, and then he launches in the air and stuff. He's basically like an atomic missile and stuff. So he passes out when he discovers that he can fly. He passes out, falls to the ground and stuff, and basically becomes an atomic missile and stuff, and makes a big ass explosion, which causes Yelena, John Walker, and Ghost's car to get upset and flip over. Lucky for them, they didn't get hurt and stuff. But now they're walking and stuff. They had to walk a bit and stuff. So basically, they think that Yelena, John Walker, and John and Ghost are dead, and stuff, and they go back to base and stuff. And then who comes to their rescue? Red Guardian, who is unaware that Yelena and them had found out that they already knew that Valentina was after to kill him and stuff. So he's over here doing a little comedic gig. They get rescued stuff, makes embarrassment out of Yelena and stuff. And then they start riding to safety basically, but they were getting chased by 3 armory cars, which leaves them vulnerable and stuff, which means John Walker has to use his shield to try to protect them and stuff. So they didn't know what to do and stuff. But guess who comes to the save, West?
Bucky Barnes.
Yep, Bucky Barnes. He comes to save the day. Grabs one of their vehicles and stuff, starts blowing up the trucks. But then guess what? He blows up the limo too. But lucky for them, they are saved and stuff. But Bucky captures them. Now you think it's because Bucky betrayed them? Did Bucky just turn into the Winter Soldiers? Turn back to his old ways or what? No, he did it because him and Wendell Pierce's character needed them for witnesses and stuff. Basically, since they survived they survived that attempted murder on all 3 of them and stuff. Bucky's like, yeah, we can use these for them to testify against Valentina. We get her thrown in jail and stuff because they seen it all and everything. So Bucky ties them up and everything and stuff. They over here confused as to why Bucky just captured them, right? Bucky was like, look, I need you to go and testify for me and stuff. This could benefit all of us, and stuff. But then during the party, right? Bucky and the assistant and Valentina's assistant was in contact and stuff. Valentina's assistant tells Bucky stuff. It's like, hey, look, I can give you what you want. I can give you information about Valentina. So let me I could work with you and stuff, but I cannot be seen or anything like that, right? So she tries to give as much as she knows and stuff before Valentina came in the room and stuff. But then when she came in the room and stuff, she had to hang up and everything. Then Bucky discovers that Bob discovers about Bob, and then they were over here yelling out Bob at him and stuff, doing like a comedic line about Bob and everything, saying that Bob is the new weapon stuff. But guess what? Valentina captures Bob and unconscious Bob and stuff, basically to turn him into a weapon, which she does. So Project Sentry was something that when she found out that Bob survived the Project Sentry ordeal, she now tries to go full on and be like, you know what? This could be a weapon and stuff. He could be the Earth's mightiest hero that we all want and stuff. Not these lame Avengers or anything. So basically, he's turned into a super weapon stuff. Valentina has him learn his powers basically and stuff, like study his powers and stuff. And the team is like, yeah, we gotta get going and save Bob before Valentina gets that hands on that kind of power and stuff. Because Yelena found some documents that basically describes what Project Sentry is, and it's literally a god. This guy is God. But it felt like But here's where it comes in feeling rushed. Ain't Sentry supposed to be the good guy and the Void is supposed to be the bad side of Sentry?
Pretty sure.
So if it's Sentry stuff, so here's the thing. Now here's what I'm trying to get at. So they going back to New York to go and confront Valentina and get back Bob and stuff, who is now Sentry and stuff. So you would think that he'll be used for good. He'll see through Valentina's bullshit to be like, look, I ain't working for you and stuff, but Yelena saved me, right? Like Yelena saved me and stuff. She helped me out. Basically, it was a mental therapy for like little therapy. So that's what it felt like. It felt like Yelena was trying to be a therapist or something. If I'm being honest with you. She helped me out and stuff. Why would I attack her and stuff, right? And then Valentina's like, follow my orders and stuff. And they walk up to the elevator and stuff, and guess what, Wes? It's in the Avengers Tower, Wes. The old Avengers Tower, which Tony back in Spider-Man Homecoming, Tony Stark sold that tower. Wow. I wish Tony was here to see what he gave who he gave that tower to, Wes. But yeah, so Tony fucked up big time again. Once again, Tony's sins accounted for his accounted for, right? So there's another sin that he's part rolling over his grave about. He's part regretting from the skies. Oh man, I seriously just gave it to Madam Hydra. Fuck. So yeah, she's taking over full control over that tower. Wow, what a stain on the Avengers Tower and stuff. Oh, by the way, where she made like some area of the tower, right, into Avengers Museum.
She did.
Huh?
Because of course she did. Because it's gonna be like, hey, remember these guys and how cool they were? Ah, you're not getting them back, assholes.
Yep, yep. So she got the avenging A. So like, you remember that old big logo that they had, right? The A.
Yep.
She kept that and stuff. That's still standing up and stuff. But the whole room was basically a monumental of their battles, basically their battles and stuff. Their battles and stuff. So it was basically like a bribery. So that was what the party was about. So they could basically talk about the Avengers and everything and stuff. And I was like, you know what? With this whole this whole multiverse saga being so bad and stuff, anybody wishes that they were back. So I guess the Thunderbolts was just basically telling us, I guess Thunderbolts was telling us, yeah, we're that the MC is a fragment of his own fictation, isn't it? The original six that made them famous and stuff is the original six that they're now trying to remember. That's what that was telling me and stuff. So yeah, somewhere down in that, but it's the tower and stuff. So they're up there where I'm assuming that's where their headquarters was. The old Avengers headquarters was, where they all meet up for wine and all that. And she's just pouring their drink and stuff while the Thunderbolts are coming in, waiting for the Thunderbolts to show up. And and the Thunderbolts come in and stuff. It's like, hey, where's Bob, man? We know you're bullshit. You tried to kill us and everything, right? So when you're going to get Bob, you're going and Bucket's like, we're turning you in and stuff. And unfortunately for them, and so you think that Bob will be, after Bunny getting some Bunny time with Alina and stuff, will be like, Valentina, I can't let you do this. Alina just saved my life. I think these guys are good. So how about you fuck off before I do something that you're gonna regret and stuff. No, they fucked up Sentry right there. So instead of using him for good and stuff, he starts fighting the Thunderbolts to protect Valentina. Even though that should have been the fucking Void, right?
Yeah, really.
Like you got it mixed up. That was what I didn't understand. Is Sentry, like, what I know about Sentry? If Sentry's the good guy and the Void's the bad guy, should that be the Void that comes down? So Sentry's over here fighting the Thunderbolts, fucking them up. Basically, this man literally did not get a scratch on him. Man was getting punched, getting shot at, getting tased and stuff. And he was just tossing them around. Even broke Bucky's arm, metal arm and stuff off him and stuff, and then sent him flying. And and then he's over here like, you cannot stop me and stuff. He's just standing there. So yeah, that he is literally that fucking powerful and stuff. And then Valentina goes into the description that this is the Earth's new mightiest heroes, and when I finally use him as the weapon, that everybody will look to me to save the world. Wow. I guess I guess the Avengers done so many bad things and stuff. Now first Ross thought that he could change the world, right?
Yep.
Well, you saw what happened to him, right? Man turned into a big damn Red Hulk, right? Man turned into a big damn Red Hulk, and he's not in the raft and stuff. So now Valentina thinks that she can save the world and stuff. You think that's going to end well for him? For her? Probably not. But yeah, basically Sentry was going to be her new case of that. We don't need no Avengers. We don't need no Avengers stuff because we have Sentry protecting it now. So everybody that basically was in the past, like the Avengers, all that shit, will be now criminals, and they have to bow down to Valentina. You gotta bow down to the Madam Hydra now. My God, if they'd let her win, so that's going to be fucked. So yeah, so Thunderbolts all retreat and stuff, knowing that Sentry is unstoppable now and stuff. They cannot basically fight a god. I don't even think Thor could fight this guy either, West. But hey, wait, West, I just got a thought of something. Remember Gaia?
Yeah, what happened to her? Nowhere to be found. Strongest in the MCU, apparently.
I just now realized that Sentry could possibly take her down. Oh, I guess that toxic masculinity is talking again, Wes.
Yep.
Sentry's so strong that well, look at this. Now we're even. Now we're even. All you weirdos that thought Gaia was coming to say it's gonna be the new big bad, the new big good guy so that nobody can take down, right? Nah, man, it's Sentry, man. That's gonna be funny. It's gonna be funny as fuck. They probably had to get rid of Gaia. They probably had to get rid of Gaia somehow, right?
Yeah, they probably wrote her ass out somewhere.
Yeah. It was just, she was broken. There's a difference between Sentry and her. She was a broken beyond belief character. Like, how you gonna make something like that and not make it make sense? Because we need the girl boss feminism. See, for Sentry, it makes sense because Sentry, that was a weapon that was built to be literally a god. It was something that he earned and stuff, and became. That's why he's not broken. Broken stuff. He's basically supposed to be. He's technically basically supposed to be the Marvel Superman, right? That's literally the Marvel Superman and stuff. So it makes every living sense onto why and stuff. So after he retreats, so Bob, Bob realizes that he can easily defeat them and stuff. They're not really a threat. So he literally he's telling Valentine's like, go and kill those guys and stuff. And Bob's like, why should I? I just literally proved that I could defeat them. They knew that I can't be beaten. So why are they a threat? Why should I kill them and stuff? And Valentina's, because I asked you to and stuff. I'm just like, Valentina. He said he just told you he has nothing to prove, that they have nothing to prove against him. He doesn't see them as a threat and stuff. You should let him go about his way and stuff. You proved everything, okay? Now just take your little win and stuff and leave him alone before he does something that he's gonna regret. Well, unfortunately, Valentina tests the waters too much and stuff. And the assistant came in to help out. And Valentina was able to put him to shut him down, right?
Yep.
Was able to shut him down. Big fucking mistake, Wes. Big mistake. Because you know what Valentina just did?
did she do?
She turned him into the Void. You just basically summoned in the Void. You pissed him off. So now he's the Void. He opens his dark eyes and stuff, and it was pretty terrifying, actually. I will admit, that was actually fucking terrifying. But in all reality, from the get-go, he should have been the Void from the get-go, West. Like, why are we having a good guy fight other good, basically, former villains, now good guys? That's what I would like to know, right? That's why I said the story was stupid. Because that was a wasted opportunity to put him as the full Void. Like, I would see this working and stuff. He starts off as the Void. But then the Thunderbolts has to turn him back to normal, so that way he could be Sentry. And that means for Avengers Doomsday, he's just Sentry, right? He keeps the Void in check, right?
Yep.
That's why I see it working right there. So it should have been the Void that, that is the big bad and stuff and everything and stuff. But they brought in Sentry for some odd reason and stuff, which didn't make any sense. Because I'm going to explain why that doesn't make any sense. So now that the Void has awakened and stuff, which Sentry, which by the way, Bob warns them of the Void and stuff. So, so now that Valentina's done test the water and stuff, what a fucking bright girl, right? He, Valentina tells him, hey, look, I killed Bob, go and recover the body and stuff. So the guards go and try to recover the body, and guess what? The body is not there, West. Why? Because he is hovering over them like a very dark god. And guess what? He starts wiping the floor with them. And so all he has to do is hold his hand out, and they go into the Void, West. So they try to contain the Void and stuff, thinking that they're going to do some damage stuff. The Void tells them to fuck around and find out, right? He's like, you cannot stop me. I will turn this whole all of New York into the Void and stuff. So he starts basically fucking up New York, right? And the Thunderbolt and Yelena and now here's another. It was another well done scene, as I will admit, between Yelena and Alexei, right? So we already know, if you've seen Black Widow and all that research you got to do about Yelena and Alexei and Natasha, right? You know that Alexei was basically their father. So, Yelena's over here broken by it and stuff, broken that, yeah, I lost my sister. My sister's dead, right? My sister's dead and stuff. You haven't been the father to me and stuff. So how about you start being a father or something, some shit like that and stuff. Alexi's over here feeling bad for not being there. So they have their little bond moment stuff, which was actually well acted and stuff. Florence Pugh and David Harbour did a good job of acting like this father and daughter bond, right? So they reunite and stuff because Yelena is beyond broken and stuff. She is, she's broken and shit. So she finally convinces him to finally start being a father. They hug each other, and then they finally see what the crowd is looking at, and they see Bob has went rogue, went totally off the walls. Now the Void, and yeah, the Thunderbolts are all over here confused too and stuff because they over here looking like we just got defeated by Bob and stuff. Bob so quickly and stuff, but look up there. I think he's turned. I think Valentina has turned him beyond good. So they over here looking confused and stuff. And then as he starts right before, he takes down a helicopter. West. He takes down a helicopter with ease by wiping away the pilot. He wipes away Colt. I think Holt or Colt. I don't know what his name is, but it's Valentina's ally. Takes him out too, and stuff. That helicopter's going crashing down into the walls. Walls and stuff. Then falling debris starts everywhere and stuff. And then Thunderbolts go in. starts doing their hero stuff, and they actually do the hero scene very well and stuff. When they needed to do their hero work and stuff, these guys are on top of the game and stuff. That's why I was fine with the hero scenes and stuff, because they were actually proven to be heroes. Wes, ain't that crazy?
That is crazy.
That is crazy. Something that we haven't had in a Marvel movie in a long time. They're actually being heroes. So when they need to be heroes, they were heroes. Red Guardian goes to save the little girl from debris crushing her and stuff, which was very good to see and stuff. So Red Guardian takes the debris on his back because he's a super soldier, right? They could take big loads of debris on their backs, right? So he shields the little girl. The little girl's safe. But here's the most fucked up thing. The fucked up thing that I never thought Marvel would do, Wes. That little girl gets fucking voided. I'm not making this shit up, Wes. I looked up that I was like, there is no way they just did that. The little girl got voided. I was like, damn, that is cold. And then Alexi's like, what the hell? The little girl just died. I was like, wow. So yeah, so as people are getting fucking vaporized in New York City by the void and stuff, fucking just turn into black mist, I guess. Black mist and stuff. They were like, we had to do something, so they try to evacuate as many people as they can into the hotel. I don't think the hotel was going to do shit to begin with. So I think that some people got try to get some people, as much people as they can, to the hotel before they got voided. Yelena decides to pull a very risky stunt, not knowing that she may not come back. Right? She goes into the void and gets voided. Alexi gets very worried and stuff and starts screaming her name and everything and stuff. And then the other Thunderbolts, is like, calm down, no, don't do that. So they're over here, and then he's over there questioning, like, what if she's dead and stuff? What, giving questions like, what if she's dead and stuff? What if she doesn't come back and all that? And they tell her that, Yelena's strong, she'll get through this and everything. There was a reason why she had to do it. So she goes in, and we come to find out that the void ain't really technically a death and stuff. I think it's just for everybody to see their past, basically, Wes. It's like a big ass thing where you can see your past. So Yelena's going through some trials of her past and stuff, like her getting drunk, like drunk as hell. She was passed out on the fucking bathtub, right? She was passed out in the fucking bathtub with, I guess, vodka next to her. There was even a scene where she sees the red room again, where she's over here getting. And I literally thought that was Natasha's younger Natasha, right? Because that little girl's hair wasn't like something that was representing Yelena and stuff. It was actually red like Natasha's hair would be, West. So I was thinking, we're getting something of Black Widow in this. No, that was Yelena and stuff. So her hair was apparently the same color as Natasha's back in the day. So apparently back in the day she was a redhead. Back when she was younger and stuff. She watches a girl gets executed right in front of Yelena's face. Stuff. She tried to go stop it, and it's like a whole trial tribulations of her going through it. She's over here broken down, trying to break out of it, trying to run from her past, and then she breaks through and stuff. She goes through another trial, seeing that girls get whipped and stuff. They don't finish their guns fast, right? So we go into more deeper detail about Yelena and stuff, which is a good thing, right? Because you got to have that character development. You did not give Yelena that proper development she needs to explain why we should care about her, right? Well, because she did lose she did lose Natasha stuff, so you gotta care about her. But why? What's so bad? What is so about her that what makes her different from Natasha, right? Because all we could think of, right, Wes, is that if she didn't get this buildup that she needed here, Wes, you want to know what we would think, Wes? We'll think that she's just she's trying to be somebody that she's not. So yeah, she sees the girls getting whipped and stuff. She's covering her younger self, like hugging her younger self and stuff before she looks at the mirror and stuff, and finally sees Bob. Sees Bob just sitting there, right? So she's like, she talks to Bob. Is like, hey, look, Bob, we can fix this. I want to just talk. Just want to talk and stuff. By the way, so you think that you think that there's gonna be a proper Thunderbolts versus Void fight, right? You think that this will be a little fight scene, right, West? I'm gonna tell you this right now, West. Don't expect a proper fight scene, because you want to know how the Void gets defeated, West.
How does the Void get defeated?
It's a Thunderbolts hug. A hug. So here's what happens and stuff. So Bob and Yelena interact with each other. Yelena sees Bob's past stuff. Apparently, he was a drug addict. So he was a drug addict. Had an abusive father. His father was very abusive and stuff. So it was kind of a fucked up scene and stuff. So it was a fucked up scene. Yeah, it covers a lot about mental health in this movie. I'm gonna start calling these guys the mental health Avengers, right? So it was like a fucked up past stuff. He's beating on his the husband of Bob's mom was getting beat on and shit. Uh, and then Bob's just looking down from wherever he's at, and it's just like, this is my past and stuff. So Yelena and Bob talks it out and stuff. They finally have him come around and stuff. He's like, I can't control the void. We had to try to figure out some way to stop the void. I'm gonna have to stop myself, basically, and stuff. And things start getting thrown around at them and stuff. But then guess what? The rest of the team enters the void, and they all over there now have to help Bob fight his own self to stop the void. So they go through Bob's pass, hits the dad. John Walker hits the dad with the shield. I don't know how that even works. I'm surprised they didn't even create like some type of deception, right? Or some shit. Paradox. Oh yeah, paradox. They didn't create no paradox for John Walker hitting the guy. Um, they go into the lab room where Yelena was at the beginning of the movie. At the beginning of the movie, it was a mission that she had to do and stuff, and that lab was where you will find the void at. So the void was there, and Bob was there. So the Bob and the void interacts with each other and stuff, and then they all tell him, "Hey, look, boy, you got to stop this. It's getting out of line. You're gonna kill people and all that shit." And the void starts manhandling the Thunderbolts and stuff. They all get trapped and stuff, get trapped and shit. And then it's just down to Bob and the void and stuff. And Bob is like, I have to step up and stop letting this guy take over. So it's like a little mental health battle, right? Like basically fighting with your demons, right? Like if you're on drugs or something, right? So Bob goes in and they start fighting each other. Uh, fighting each other and stuff, like a little fight scene between Bob and the Void. The Void gets knocked down and stuff. Bob starts punching him and stuff, trying to kill him and everything and stuff. And the Thunderbolts are like trapped and stuff because they run out of time, right? So they're over here like Bob, you can fight this and stuff. Yelena was doing everything in her power to try to get out of there, try to go hug Bob as things are flying and stuff. The glass uh, kind of shattering, hitting on their faces and stuff. So they're and then she breaks out, goes runs to Bob. The rest tries to break out, takes him some time and stuff. So Yelena goes to hug Bob. Then eventually the rest of them gets out. Then they all go to hug Bob. It was like a little sad scene, sad music and all that shit. They all grab him, pull him off and stuff, all hugging him and stuff. And then they end up back on the streets of New York. And that's how they defeat the Void. Yeah. How you like that fight scene, Wes? Best fight scene ever, right?
Oh yeah, totally. Jesus Christ.
A fucking hug ended the fight. Really, Marvel? We can't get a proper final boss fight now? Is that too hard to ask for nowadays? First to talk just shit with Captain America: Brave New World, which still that's the worst thing I ever seen. That hug's the second worst, by the way. But nothing can top what Sam Wilson did, right?
Yep.
Nothing can top that shit. So that right there just still surpasses witness why I will forever hate Captain America: Brave New World. That movie stinks. But really a hug. All that fucking build up for Bob and the Void just to have them hug, just to have the Thunderbolts hug it with him. Come on now, seriously. So with that and stuff, the day is saved from the Void and stuff. Bob's able to control his demon and stuff. They all are out there and stuff, and the civilians start clapping for the new Avengers. For the new Avengers, yes, I said it. The new Avengers. As they realize the heroes are back, basically and stuff. So then they see Valentina over there and stuff, and she's scared shitless because Red Guardian's like, can we go kill her and stuff? And then they all go over there to go try to confront her and kill her and bring her in and everything, right? Take the anger out on her and stuff. And then she's like, hey, look. I know you want to do very bad things to me and stuff, but look, you're not the new Avengers. That's how they become the new Avengers, Wes. She announces that they're the new Avengers and stuff, and that's how it ends and stuff. So they got posters and everything of them becoming the new Avengers and stuff. Bob's now new Avengers stuff. So now here's the kicker though, Wes, which I will give a little leeway about this. A lot of Avengers lives could be saved now with Sentry on board, right?
Yep.
So I think Sentry will be a great addition to the Avengers. You know, just imagine they had the original six. Just imagine if Sentry came in doing Endgame and stuff. Tony Stark would have still been alive if he thought of that idea. He would have been able. Sentry would have been able to kill Thanos easily. So they become the new Avengers and stuff. It goes in the post credit scene. Now the post credit scene. Oh, I got to talk about this one, Wes. Let me see if I can find the post credit scene, Wes. Oh, you're gonna like this one, Wes. Oh, you're gonna like this one. Let's see. Thunderbolts.
But we are the Avengers. The government said so. How does Sam Wilson not understand that? Okay, if he puts together a team, the government said so. How does Sam Wilson not understand that? Okay.
What do you think, Wes? They took away. The government said these are the new Avengers. Fuck you, Sam Wilson.
Man, that is funny.
I loved every
They said-
minute of it. I was like, I cannot believe you just did that. I gotta hear this again, Wes. Hey, so when Sam Wilson thinks that he got something going, hey, you Sam Wilson fans, man, y'all think that he's gonna be running the Avengers stuff? Think again. Think
We
again.
are the Avengers.
Sam Wilson
The
fans,
government said
fuck
so.
you.
Huh?
How does Sam Wilson not understand?
They basically said, "Hey, Sam Wilson fans, fuck you."
Yeah.
Avengers. The government said so. How does Sam Wilson not understand?
I gotta hear this again, Wes. I gotta hear this again. I'm sorry.
But we are the Avengers. The government said so.
Yelena says we are the Avengers. Now I would have to debate that they are not the fucking new Avengers and stuff, but I guess this will have to do. It's better than whatever Sam Wilson's gonna be putting out, right? But still, they're not the new Avengers stuff because, like I said, what we could have had was what we just described. We could have had Captain America. We could have had Spider-Man. We could have had Luke Cage. We could have had Clint Barton as Ronin and Wolverine as Avengers. But no, we didn't have that because they fucked up this whole phase so badly and stuff. So now we have to rely on a discount Avenger. These discounts. No offense to Bucky or John Walker and stuff, but I can tell you one thing: they'll make better Captain Americas than Sam Wilson ever will, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So we have to rely on these guys and stuff. So I'm not totally pissed about them becoming the Avengers stuff, but it's just like you wrote yourself into this fucking situation where you had source material right there in front of you, which you could have used to make the actual new Avengers become the new Avengers.
I don't understand that. Okay, if he puts together a team, and then the team is called the Avengers, and who are the real Avengers?
Well, that's the question the internet has been asking, and judging by the very nasty memes that I've read.
And apparently apparently all the Sam Wilson fans are going over to defend him, apparently and stuff. West. The very nasty memes. They're using the internet. Why? We're still defending this man? Sam Wilson couldn't even defeat a Red Hulk. Who wants to call himself trying to lead a group and stuff? He can't even defeat a Red Hulk.
Well, that's the question the internet has been asking, and judging by the very nasty memes that I've read.
At least these guys got the job double for Hug, right?
I think that it's us.
You know he's filed for copyright of the name?
Oh, by the way, Wes, she said it made a good point. He filed for copyright by the name. You couldn't hate Sam Wilson as Captain America anymore, Wes, than you already do. I fucking hate Sam Wilson. I really do. No, I liked him. I get this. I take that back. I liked him as Falcon when he didn't let that power get to his head. But right here, it sounds like he let power get to his head. He thought he was some type of big guy now because Deanna's Ross made me the leader of the Avengers. Well, Sam Wilson, to break your news for you stuff, Ross is in the fucking raft now because he didn't know how to control a Red Hulk. So, your shit is irrelevant now. So this basically said that Captain America: Brave New World is irrelevant now, Wes.
Yep. Just said null and void, motherfucker. Null and void.
Yep. So these are your new Avengers and stuff. I don't know what Sam Wilson. I still want to know what Avengers is he going to call up.
Seriously. You think is gonna get on your side, bro? Like,
They got fucking Bucky. They got the Sentry with them. Sentry's over here literally a fucking god. You mean to tell me you gonna file for copyright and they got a god with them? Well, I can see Sam Wilson and say, I could get Thor. Well, yeah, assuming that Thor wants to come back and help you. Oh, I still got the Hulk. Assuming Bruce Banner wants anything to do with this, huh?
he ain't got nothing.
That's what I'm saying. Because you gonna have to find them first of all. Because when's the last time we see Thor, Bruce Banner, and Hawkeye? You couldn't tell me the last time. Well, I just call it the Fantastic Four. They're not Avengers, by the way. They're their own group and stuff. So he's gonna put. Wait, Wes. I just thought of something. Is this man about to put together the Young Avengers?
God, I hope not.
Oh my fucking god! I just thought about that. Oh. The Young Avengers is his go-to option. Oh, that's totally not going to be laughed out the wall, West. Let's watch the rest of this.
We're losing credibility. And now there's this huge space crisis and no one's telling us about it. Run a threat analysis. I want a full report. Running threat analysis.
I heard about Sam Wilson. He's a dumb, litigious man, but I
Damn, they are roasting him. They are roasting Sam Wilson.
When I saw this, I was just laughing. I was like, this is just, you know what? I'm not even going to get mad about these Avengers. I'm not. I prefer them to be Avengers. Please, just roast the hell out of Sam Wilson, man. Make this man feel bad that and be plain honest, he stole the Captain America's shield. I'm going to be honest with you. He stole it. He stole it from John Walker mostly and stuff, but honestly, he stole it from Steve. Steve Rogers gave it to him and stuff because Marvel made him do it. But if I know Steve Rogers and stuff, he saw what Sam Wilson was doing, making a fool out of the fucking Avengers stuff. He probably think twice and be like, Sam, give me back my shield. You're not fit for this job. You over here filing lawsuit for the Avengers and stuff. Now, if I'm mistaken, did Captain America once said that anybody could be the Avengers, West?
I don't recall.
Huh?
I don't recall.
Yep. But was there something being said that anybody could be in Avengers? I don't remember stuff.
I don't remember either. Because I don't think it ever happened.
Yeah, I don't think it happened in the comics and stuff, but but I'm pretty sure that some of these members that they got right here would qualify as Avengers and stuff because like family background, right?
Yep.
I'm sure Yelena could get in as an Avenger and stuff because I think she actually does eventually become a Avenger, right? Yeah, I think there was some. I think it was in the animated TV show where Natasha, Steve Rogers, and somebody else went and had to fight her. I think she was under the Red Room spell, and then they had to go and fight her. They had to go and fight and save her and stuff. So they wanted to go capture her and stuff. And basically, when she finally got rid of being free for the Red Room and stuff, I think they eventually let her into the Avengers. So Yelena would have been an Avenger. Bucky could be an Avenger, right?
Yep.
So Bucky could be Avenger, I think maybe if John Walker talks to that, well, John Walker's supposed to be a villain and stuff, but in this case, I say that John Walker could be qualified as Avenger, right?
Yeah, he's more than Avenger than can.
Sam Wilson,
Exactly.
Mister, don't call him terrorist, man. And do we forget that this man called a bunch of terrorists innocent people?
Yeah, after they had blown up a freaking hospital.
That right there should have been having Steve Rogers come back from his time period and be like, Sam, give me back the shield. No, you ain't Avenger. You ain't an Avenger and stuff. I should have gave this shit to Bucky. You letting power get over your head and stuff, and you over showing mercy to fucking terrorists. Get the fuck out.
More fun, smart man. Avengers.
That was cringe.
There's no copyright.
No.
Too soft.
After that, Alexi commented that it felt too soft, like the bottom of a baby's
Okay.
baby seal for each of them.
I like the new room they have now, West.
Yep.
That's a good looking new room. So yeah. And Century would definitely qualify itself because I can see the original 6 would have been like, you know what? We could use Century on our team. He's a god. Him and Dora would be unstoppable, right? So I think Century would be a good fit. So as they discussing what Sam Wilson is doing and stuff, and Sam Wilson's a fucking idiot. Why the fuck is he a Captain America? Is he Captain America, man? I don't understand this. And guess what the post-credit scene ends with? The Fantastic Four came into the universe, West.
Hey, you know what that means?
What?
They stupid asses failed to stop Galactus.
Yep. So we already know what's going to happen. That universe that they were in, it's going to get destroyed, right? So that universe is going to get destroyed. So we already got a spoiler. I don't know why Marvel decided to spoil that, right? Why would you decide to spoil that stuff? So now we could go in this film knowing that that universe is getting destroyed. That the Fantastic Four is incompetent as all hell, right? Why would you do that? Why would you bring back the Fantastic Four to have them incompetent? So why? How about this? Just tell them an origin story and have the universe get blown up off screen, right? Is that so hard? I guess not, Wes. That right there was the Thunderbolts. Damn, that took us an hour.
And we still got a whole lot of shit to cover, so we better lighten around this chopper.
Yeah. But like I said, it wasn't too bad of a film. Just it was the ending fight scene and stuff. But it was watchable. Like if you exclude the TV show, the shitty TV shows, and all that shit, right? You exclude all that shit and stuff, and you actually have a decent movie and stuff. So I would go in without having to watch these TV shows, so you wouldn't know what the fuck happened before. That's what I recommend. So that way it won't ruin the movie for you and stuff. Because like I said, I did not remember anything from these other TV shows, and I was glad. And I went in actually enjoying the movie more than more than I should have, since I did have the pleasure of watching those TV shows and terrible movies, right?
Yeah.
So.
And got another one coming, Chopper. It's next month.
Oh. Next up is
Ironheart.
I can't believe we're finally here, Wes.
And we have not seen anything yet.
I think they're scared. They're scared.
Yeah.
I think they're scared. But Marvel, just release it. Get it over with. Get it over
Yeah,
with.
just drop that dung heap already and move on.
Since Thunderbolts wasn't so bad and stuff, maybe that would get good word of mouth out there and stuff. It will actually boost your numbers up. You might make some money back this time. Because, like I said, it wasn't a terrible film. It was actually a lot more fun and stuff. The acting was good, right? And characters were built up and stuff. So let's check the box office right now, West, and see how the Thunderbolts are doing and stuff before we move on. $272 million. Wait, let's do a comparison to Captain America: Brave New World, because if that surpasses that, let's go, West. Mister, I don't call him terrorists, right?
Yep.
Hey, look at this. Look at this. Oh, this is Italian. What the fuck? So sucks to be. I don't think so. I think this movie made more money quicker than Captain America: Brave New World did, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yep.
So that's good. That's a good sign and stuff. So yeah, how you like that, Sam Wilson fans? You want to call me racist for not liking the guy and stuff? The guy sucks now. I like this story as Falcon and stuff, but he don't mean shit no more. Y'all, Marvel ruined Sam Wilson for me. So why should I care? There's no redemption arc for Sam Wilson. Unless they make him go back to Falcon. Because like I said, we remember him as Falcon. He should have stayed Falcon. So Wes, we got to talk about the So yeah, as we may know, we already got the spoilers out the way for this one, right? They spoiled it. They spoiled it and stuff with the second weekend and stuff. Talk about that. These are the new Avengers and stuff. I'm just like, why would you do that? Why would you do that and stuff? This should have been like after, like this should have been secret until like maybe a couple of weeks in or something, right?
Yeah, at least give people time to watch the freaking movie.
Like, why would you do this business decision and stuff that revealed that they were the new Avengers stuff? I would wait on that. Also, you gotta admit, Yelena was looking good in that post-credit scene.
If she was.
And I will admit that race swap Ghost and stuff was looking good in that cutscene too. I didn't think they had it in them, Wes.
Yep.
Gender swap Ghost. But Yelena, I gotta say, she was looking good. At least they treat the widows well.
As they color me impressed, they actually treat me.
Yeah, Forrest Pugh was able to look sexy in that post-credit scene, Wes. I mean, she was looking all right in the movie, right? She didn't look like a total boy except that one scene, right? So I was digging that and stuff. I didn't hate how she looked after that boy scene. So she actually looked like Florence Pugh. But that post credit scene, yeah, they got her looking good. Wes, we got to talk about once again these weirdos over here trying to cancel PewDiePie for whatever reason. PewDiePie isn't even doing anything and stuff, and yet These guys are still attacking him, right? Still attacking him. Like, why? Why do we still gotta... Why? Do y'all got any life on it? Like, look at this shit, Wes. Look at this shit. Huh?
I'm looking.
YouTuber PewDiePie. He told everyone he installed Linux. He said, I installed Linux and so should you. And he produced what was essentially a 22-minute long commercial for why you should be using Linux instead of Windows. It was a pretty good one, too. More power to him. He clearly is having a ton of fun installing and customizing his Linux machines, and he's having a great time with it. His video has been viewed now by about 4 million people over the last 3 days, so it's getting some serious traction. But what's really fascinating about this isn't that there's some YouTuber, big or small, that decided, hey, you should use Linux. That's happened before. What's fascinating is the reaction from among the leftist extreme.
All right, look at this cuck boy right here, Wes. Linux communities beware of PewDiePie fans, regardless of PewDiePie's personal politics, at the very least, are problematic. It is fairly well known by anyone who has been following him for any number of years. The vast majority of his fan base are aesthetic fascists. Nice. So I get called a fascist now. Because, I used to watch his content all the time. Back in his prime days of 2011 to 2013. You guys are so fucking weird. Like, weird. All because he said the N-word on that bridge. I bet you, West.
Yeah.
All because of that. And y'all still losing your minds over it. Like, get over it. It was something that happened in 2017. It is now 2025. And you just don't let it go. You just don't know how to let go. But when somebody else does it that's in your same aisle, it's fine, right? So Hassan Piker or Pokimane or somebody that or Frogan that says that 9/11 was well deserved and shit, that's fine to you, right? Okay. Yeah, we see the double standards here and stuff, and yeah, you call us and stuff. Yeah, we see what type of standards that was. Oh, look at this. Look at this shit. Look at this from this white liberal idiot right here. And so thinking that she runs something and stuff. Like, this is fucking insane. Nazi warning and stuff. Yeah. Who's the real Nazis here and stuff? The double standards that y'all have. Which is once again showing that these people are fucking hypocrites, Wes. That when you give them a little edge, right? You give them a little edge, they'll take a mile. Like, get the fuck out, man. Like, who told you, who invited y'all? Who invited them, West? But how many times is PewDiePie going to get canceled? That's the real question. He's probably been canceled like more than 400 times by now, West. He's been canceled plenty of times and stuff, and nothing seems to happen. It seems to be fine. So it seems like that nobody's listening to what y'all have to say and stuff. And the fact is, I just got to bring it up and stuff because it just shows how stupid you guys are. You think he's gonna do some damage on PewDiePie? Man's living his happy life with his new son and wife, right? So, what you think you're doing by trying to do that? What do they think they're gonna do, Wes? What they're gonna try to accomplish? They ain't gonna accomplish nothing like they usually do.
Yep, it's just gonna be a big old nothing burger.
Yep, because it's been like that since the tides turned back on them, and so when karma started hitting them, right? when more and more people started speaking out against them and stuff, everybody started speaking out against them and stuff. It's like nothing they say means anything no more. It's like you can cancel us, you can do whatever you want to do and stuff, but it ain't gonna stop our lives. We find other ways to come back. That's just how it is. Unless we did something so fucked up and stuff that we can't be forgiven for it, right? But PewDiePie, he's gonna be just fine. That's all it is. Waste of time. Wes, we got another GTA 6 trailer to react to.
Unfortunately, the game is delayed.
Yeah.
But you know what? I said let Rockstar cook. They have not put out a single flop yet.
Yep. That's what I'm hoping that they're able to cook. But I like I said, I believe this game is a thing when it comes out and stuff, because like, come on now. But I'm not totally mad about it and stuff. I mean, I like the trailer.
I'm just fixing some
leaks. Oh, we're gonna talk about him, Wes. We're gonna talk about him. What these losers has said about him, Wes, and it's the most degenerate shit that we can ever say, right?
Yep.
So we'll get back to that.
Dude, you got some time on your hands. I got some properties with paying tenants.
Well, that's why you came by?
Just go get me my checks.
See you, Brian. Love you, Jason.
Vice City. Damn, Vice City's looking good, Wes.
Yeah, I can't wait to play this, honestly.
Hope there's more to do than it was in
She's supposed to be getting out.
What's your name?
Jason Duval.
I think you heard before.
You might have. Hey.
Hey.
Oh, we can't have this good-looking girl right here, Wes. That's illegal.
Yeah. Oh, just wait, Chopper. She'll get a better looking watch.
Oh, I already saw it, Wes.
Hey.
I loved it. Oh, we can't have. No. This is bad.
Oh, we can't. Is that a man and a woman making love? No.
And we get a sex scene right here, Wes.
Oh, I'm sure we'll get multiple.
Hands above your head, now!
You stay.
So, no. She's showing her fine body. This is illegal, Wes. This is illegal. Ah!
The new beginnings.
You break the news, isn't it?
God damn.
Trust me, this place is just the start for us.
Ring the bell! Shots, baby!
The only thing that matters is who you know and what you got.
God damn.
No, they can't be wearing that short of a dress. No, I'm gonna go on Twitter and scream about this.
Yep. All I gotta say is for us GTA fans and stuff, and people that like to look at some nice girls. God damn.
Yeah, we gonna be having some fun here.
Gonna do this? We're doing it right.
Yo, D, this full effect? And they got your name, address, they got everything. Us cops, we gotta protect each other.
Oh, God damn. Oh, what is that, man? Oh, Carbine just stole a kid. Great. Oh, look at that, Wes. Oh. That's illegal.
Yeah, we can't have no black women showing off her body like that.
Oh my God. No. We can't have that. Can't have that. This, but hey, to people like us, take a good look at that. Take a good look at them titties, man.
You and me, Lou. We got this.
We got it.
Oh damn, she even, what is this? She's fighting her bro. Oh, look at that. She's fighting her bra.
Can't have that.
You can't have that either. Instead, she doesn't have no shirt on. Maybe it's a torture scene that she has to go through. Oh no, we can't. Look at all these sexy ladies. Oh no. That's illegal. This is illegal. Wait, Phil's back?
Damn.
Motherfucking Phil is back from Vice City. Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
Damn.
They brought Phil back. Oh, bro, that would be even crazier if Tommy Vercetti comes back.
I don't see how that's gonna happen.
You think he's dead?
Probably.
I mean, he did take over Vice City and stuff, so I don't know how that's gonna happen. I don't know. He did take over Diaz's house. Hey, if Tommy Vercetti comes back, somehow survives, I'll be happy. Oh, we can't have that! No! We can't have that! That's
we can't
illegal.
have a woman jump into. No.
That's illegal, man. That's illegal.
Hey, if you got friends, can you hook me up, please?
GTA 6 looking good.
Yeah. Like I said, I believe when this actually comes out. I'm just hoping that doesn't get delayed no more and stuff, but I was already expecting a delay. So like I said, I believe when it comes out, but all I gotta say is I like it. I like how I just go to Tommy Tallarico. That's illegal, Wes. We've seen nothing.
Yeah, all that was illegal. Can't have that.
Hey, just to rub in your faces again. Let me show you one of my favorite those favorite moments that I loved about GTA 6 trailer. So that I can make y'all more mad.
You and me, Lou. We got this.
We got it.
Hold on, let me see where's it at. Yeah, let me take a look at that. Let's look at that for a minute, Wes. Make them cope.
Yeah, make him cope and seethe.
Bra. Nothing but a bra. She's wearing nothing but a bra and some pants. You know they were fucking foaming out the mouth, Wes.
Yep.
You know they were foaming off the mouth. Oh, Wes. You brought up Ironheart. Look what we have to talk about. Look what we have to talk about. Ironheart. So apparently their virtue signaling started, West, because Dominic Thorne got 2 thumbs up for Robert Downey Jr. Hey, hold on. Let me show my face right quick. If you can see it, that is
No matter how you sleep.
Let's see. Damn, you can't even see my face. But just imagine all I gotta say. Hey, hey, what's up, Feige? What? You want me just to give a good PR for Dominique Thorne's Ironheart, the one that replaced Iron Man? But didn't she fail in the okay, Feige, okay, Feige. I understand that you wanted to want to do something different. Just give her 2 thumbs up. You don't care. Okay, very fair, but it's gonna cost you. All right, but put that in the paycheck for Avengers Doomsday. Doomsday. Yeah. All right. And that's the only explanation I got for that. West. Hey, How the fuck did this came about? It had to be a phone call, West.
Yep.
A phone call to bribe him into doing this shit. Because you know he probably was like, what the fuck? Like, and then they try to rub it in your face in this article. Like, if she was better than Tony Stark and some shit. Let me see. You want to read this? Let's read this. MCU began with a suit of armor 17 years ago. Okay. Don't need to read that. Blah blah. Let's see. Oh, look at this. Now we're about to see another character literally build themselves into a hero before our eyes. Riri Williams, aka Ironheart. Really? Really? Built themselves? Yeah, more like forced upon us, Wes. Y'all shoved her in a movie that shouldn't have nothing to do with her, West. Jesus Christ. Oh look, they try to bribe like we ain't gonna see through the shit. The results in Ironheart series is set to evolve around Dominique Thorne Williams from the excitable upstart we met in Wakanda Forever. Really? That was exciting? Did you remember it being exciting, West? I don't remember that and stuff. I remember people laughing at that suit that she came in with, looking like a
Yep.
Power Rangers, huh?
Yep.
So yeah, it's exciting, all right. Yeah, very laughable. She got left at the fucking theaters and everything because everybody's like, "What the fuck is this shit?" It's this is a so-called Tony Stark replacement, and comes with the seal of approval from Tony Stark himself, Robert Downey Jr. No, you should change that to it was a phone call being made to him to force him into saying that he approved. In all reality, he didn't give two shits about it, and Pryor was over there on the phone like, "The fuck you calling me for about that?" And probably have them pay the hefty fine added to that check in Doomsday that he's already going to get. That's just more money Marvel's wasting on this dude, West. Because you already need him to be your big bad villain. So so why not add more money to him? He's gonna be the high. He's gonna be so high. He's gonna be the highest paid actor of all time, Wes. When this is all said and
Yep.
done, because they keep trying to bribe this man to do things that he probably doesn't want to do. And I spoke just after we Robert Downey Jr. and I spoke just after we wrapped, and he shared some very lovely words about my journey. Thorne tells Empire. I bet you said it with sarcasm too. He told me how excited he was and that he's rooting for it too. I literally got 2 thumbs up. It's really assuring to know you're not embarrassing Iron Man. Cue up ACDC. That's the most cringiest shit that I ever read, Wes. Dominique, I'm hate to break it to you, sir, but I don't think he was giving you a thumbs up just to say that he approved it. I think he was giving you a thumbs up just to tell you and Marvel to fuck off. That why should I care about any of this stuff where my character is dead? Right, Wes? Is that what you're getting from this?
That's what I'm getting from this.
That's what I'm saying. Iron Man is dead. So why should he care about a character that he no longer plays as? Unless they're going to do some type of bullshit with the multiverse and bring Iron Man back somehow. Which I don't think he's coming back. I don't think he's coming back and stuff. There's going to be nothing of Tony being referenced in Doomsday. So I think he was doing that to tell you, cool, now fucking leave me alone. Stop. Still, Williams comes at her suit building journey from a very different vantage point to a mega CEO Stark. How's this very different? She's dumpster diving, whereas Tony Stark was in the Virginia Thornix. Excuse me, what? Have you not watched Iron Man? I'm already hating this West. This is trying to bribe that she's better than Tony Stark right there, West. Well, in case you did not realize, Dominique, Tony Stark built that suit because it was his only chance to escape. He was dying in battle. He was dying. He had to have something that could save him. And if he didn't make it out of that cave, and basically, if he didn't build that suit, he would have died in that cave. Right?
Yep.
So he had to gather the scrap parts that were in that cave to build what he can to get himself out of there so he could save himself, or else he would have died. That's his whole backstory. What's your excuse? What is Riri Williams' excuse and stuff? Because I don't think you can compare that and stuff to somebody who's just trying to fucking survive. She's dumpster diving. Not to say that Riri's project in Ironheart won't be impressive. Sure it will be, Wes. Sure. I'm so convinced that Riri Williams is gonna have a better project than that. What can top Tony Stark's attempt to survive? She has, after all, spending time with the Wakandans. What she's able to accomplish is remarkable. Wow, you really think you really think you're that girl, aren't you? You really think you're that girl? She thinks she's that girl, West. Watch when this show fails, West. Just watch. Just watch. The race card's gonna be playing all over the damn place, West. How much you want to bet?
Yep.
The race.
She's a black woman.
Yep. It's going to happen. It might even happen before this show comes out. I'm expecting to happen before this show comes out. I'm ready. I'm ready to see this. This is what Robert Downey Jr.'s face was when he got that phone call from Kevin Feige. West. He was just standing there, just rolling his eyes on the phone. So yeah, they're basically using him for using Tony Stark's name in vain for to push some black girl magic, right?
Yep.
That's all they're doing. Oh, Wes, we got to talk about the Last of Us. You know, hey, look, and look. Oh yeah, and by the way, did I forget to tell you HBO went after the Critical Drinker? because he had an opinion about The Last of Us, right? And they I think they copy striked his video down, or took his video down. Either copy strike or copy claimed his video or something and got taken down. I think it got blocked. So he had to fight for it. It's back up now and stuff. But just think, so Neil Druckmann, you gonna try this again? You gonna really try to screw over a lot of YouTube channels because they had an opinion about the show too, right? This ain't the gamers that's speaking out this time. These are the fucking normies that don't know nothing about the games and wants to watch a TV show and stuff. They're gonna see this shit and stuff and be like, yeah, we ain't rolling with this, Neil Cuckman. We ain't rolling with this. So regardless of stuff, it's a normie and stuff. So you're gonna go after every normies and stuff, try to sue the hell out of them? Is that what you're gonna do? So we're gonna start 2020 all over again, West. And this is the most cringiest shit that you can ever do and stuff. Oh, by the way, you want to see the full video? Check this out. Check this out while I go to the bathroom. Watch this cringe.
How do you know for sure that you're... Oh, I started wondering after we saw the bodies in the forest, because I've seen fucked up shit before without barfing. And I knew morning sickness was a thing, and I was late, which I've never been regular, but I was very late. And then I found a pregnancy test at the pharmacy, and I peed on it.
Pee on it?
That's how it works. I don't just randomly piss on stuff.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Here. 2 lines means pregnant.
This thing's pretty old. How do you know?
And here. And here's a couple more.
So, we're having a baby. I mean, we, and also, I guess, Jesse, or... It was Jesse, right? So we're all having a baby. Holy shit. I'm gonna be a dad.
Yeah.
You like that?
Ah.
I bet you I didn't even miss much, didn't I? Damn, I didn't miss much, didn't I? But yeah. Give me a second here. All right, I'm ready. So yeah, that's funny, isn't it?
Yep.
Mighty funny. All right, so yeah, then we got this article and stuff that from Kotaku stuff. And look at this, by the same guy. We talked about this guy before, Wes. And
Yep.
they think, and this is weird and stuff because they want to call us gooners, right? They want to say that we were gooning and all that stuff, right?
Yep.
Well, guess what? These dudes are doing the exact same thing with Jason and stuff. They think this guy right here is gay because he's able to show his shirt. They think he's gay. And I'm over here sitting over here like, you got this dude is with a woman. It is with a woman and stuff. how hypocritical and stuff you have to be to say to try to goon over a man that isn't even gay. He is straight. He is with a whole ass woman who is fine as hell, by the way, right? Because if I was Jason and stuff, I would keep that woman around, West. I would keep this
Gonna do this.
hot dish
We're doing
around.
it right.
So for you to sit up there and think that they're trying what they're trying to do was and stuff, which is beyond me and stuff. They're trying to claim him as their own and stuff, and he's not that and stuff. But the minute that we claim, the minute that we goon over a woman and stuff, like we just did with Lucia, right? Like we did with Lucia and stuff, like we do with some other characters that we like Avra and all this stuff. Oh, they want to get all up and bent up out of shape for it and stuff, and call us out for it, call us gooners and racists and all that stuff, right? Look, tell me that double standards makes sense, Wes. Like, and then take a look at this. Take a look at this, Wes. Take a look at this. Straight man gonna have to pick him or the girl as a playable character, and I don't know what's gayer. Really? Are they serious, Wes?
Delusional, proper.
They're fucking sad. Because they think that this man is gay and stuff, even though he's dating this, right? So
yeah.
you can already tell that they're mad. They're mad about this and stuff because they see that this woman is a beautiful woman, so they know that we're going to enjoy this game for what it is and everything, not just because of the sexy that she's a sexy ass woman. Oh my god! But because the game is good. Have you ever thought of that? We don't just simp over it. So yeah, that's part of the fantasy. That's part of the thing, right? But we don't fully do it. Endorse ourselves in it and stuff. We look at the gameplay and everything else. The game is good and everything and stuff. This is just something that we can worship over and stuff.
Yeah, this is just icing on the cake.
Yeah, this is just icing on the cake. That's it. But y'all get so mad about this when you see a fine ass girl like this appear on y'all screen. Then I would hate what y'all think on them beaches, right? I can just see these guys. I can see these guys, Wes. I can just see these guys right there when they just walking by and stuff. They see girls, showing skin and all that, right? Showing their bellies and stuff. So, in their bikinis and stuff. You know what I mean? And these guys are just over here like, oh my god, they should cover up. This is illegal. Like I can see them right now. Oh, and especially if they see something like this, Wes. I know they got to be foaming out the mouth about this.
Yep.
You can't have that. So it's very hypocritical to me that y'all guys think that everything's got to be. You're trying to claim a straight man that is not gay and stuff, and y'all think he's gay. He's for the the gamers and stuff. It's a stupid ass name, man. What a fucking name that is. But the minute that we see a beautiful squirrel girl, we see Lucia, we see some others. Oh, it's war, right?
Yeah, suddenly you're objectifying her. Stop treating her like she's a sex object.
Right? Oh, don't get me started on that one. So the woman's like, bang, bang, bang. That's too illegal, Wes. That is too illegal. But yeah, I know what y'all mad about and stuff. It's not because of that guy right there. So no, you're mad about it because everybody is finally able to see a good looking female character, right? That Rockstar looks like they're not catering to y'all guys and stuff. They're catering to the people that been playing the series for a very long time. You do realize these are the same GTA fans that's been with the series since part 3. Grand Theft Auto 3. This is GTA that we're talking about stuff. GTA makes fun of everybody. GTA is for everybody. GTA does what it wants to do, right? It doesn't care which side you sit on or anything, so it's going to cater to everybody, right? It's going to make fun of the straight people. It's going to make fun of the gays, the blacks, anything. But only you fake people that thinks that y'all know everything and stuff, thinks that y'all like GTA and stuff, and never played a damn GTA game in your life and stuff. Y'all think y'all know everything. Ain't that sad, Wes? But hey, I'm all for it. So bring these girls out. Oh, Wes, we got to talk about Disney.
Oh yeah.
So the Disney adults are losing this shit right now, Wes. Wanna know why?
Why is that?
Because Bob Iger done went to a place that apparently frowns upon people at. So Abu Dhabi expansion and stuff is now being in full effect and stuff. They announced it and everything. They partnered with a restrictive Middle Eastern regime apparently and stuff, and they are not happy about it. So apparently now, according to these weirdos, West and stuff, you know, you can't expand your theme park and stuff. This is a corporation and stuff. Corporations do want to, if you haven't realized, corporations do want to expand your shit across the world, right? For everybody to enjoy. It ain't just for the American people. But, you know, I'm not going to give Disney the benefit of the doubt, right? Because this is the same company that wants to stick women in boy brand, you know, like turn Marvel and Star Wars into a girl brand, right? This is the same company that told you to fuck off because you didn't like our shit. This is the same company that allowed Rachel Zegler to go rep it on the fans, right? This is the same company that's attacked the fans. This is the same company that did the most freakiest shit of all time, catering to y'all asses. But the minute that they do something like this and want to expand their territory, expand shit, oh, y'all get up in arms about it and stuff. This is what I'm talking about. More hypocrisy, West. More hypocrisy for them. And they know it too. So, Disney, you really have nobody to blame but yourself because you cater to these people. It's because you would have just continued not alienate your fans, not told them to fuck off and stuff. People wouldn't have cared about you wanting to do an Abu Dhabi theme park, right? They'd be like, okay, they expanded their business. Okay, good for Disney, right? That's all we would have been like and stuff. But since you cater so hard to these people, now they go running around these TikTok West. They're running around TikTok. And we're gonna watch some people on TikTok get mad, right? You ready?
Yep.
Watch this.
This right here is not a good thing. This is not good.
What do you mean? They just expanded their business.
Yeah. Disney's just expanding into new territory. What's the problem?
Yeah, what's the problem?
As an avid Disney fan,
My fat self. You like my fat belly? Look how fat I am. And then look at him. He's just out of shape, too.
Yeah, you notice how every Disney adult looks the same?
Yeah, I noticed that. Good Lord, man. What? As an avid Disney fan.
huge Disney adult, and former cast member,
We can tell.
it's not good. And it is because
you used to work for Disney?
I wonder what happened.
I wonder what happened too. Probably the minute that Disney, catered to the actual fans, Wes, he was like, "I'm quitting this job."
Is in a country that is known for being anti-human rights. They are
a country that is known for being anti-human rights is why he's mad about it, West. Dude, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, stuff. And I'm not trying to defend this country, so I don't even care for the country and stuff. That ain't my country. It works. Laws are different in other countries. This ain't like America. We can just free to do what the fuck you want to do and stuff, and do what you're doing right now and stuff. Some people can't even use the social media. Like North Korea. Just go ask those people that live in North Korea. You wouldn't last a day in North Korea, West. He wouldn't last a day. Huh?
Yep, they wouldn't last so much as an hour. I give them 11 minutes tops.
Oh, and then if you try to leave the country and stuff, you know what they do to you? They'll shoot you.
Yep.
So you talking about, it's a human rights, oh my God, and stuff. And you forget that this is a different country. This ain't all American soil no more. It's where's Abu Dhabi at? Anyways,
in the Middle East.
Middle East, yeah. And this is the fucking Middle East. They go through dictatorship. They go through different types of governments and stuff all over the Middle East and stuff. And you complaining about because they are anti-human rights and stuff. Well, newsflash, buddy, and stuff. Welcome to the reality of how things work outside of America. That's just how it is. It ain't American. It ain't an American problem. It ain't a UK problem. Wherever you fucking from and stuff. This is just how they work. There's nothing we can do. That's just decisions that their government made. And the people seem to be fine with it, I guess, right? So if the people are fine with it and stuff, then why are you bitching and complaining about something you can't do nothing about? That's what I don't understand. Look at this guy.
Very anti-women's rights. Women don't have hardly any rights in that country and that.
Again. This is a different country. Not everybody functions the same as America. This dude's an idiot, man. This dude's an idiot. You can tell that he doesn't get out much, Wes.
Yeah.
And with Disney being expensive and all that shit, rising their prices and stuff, I'm pretty sure that he hasn't been able to afford to go to Disney World because he ain't got no damn job.
Area. They're known for human trafficking. They're known for poverty gap.
This can't be for real.
Meanwhile, America's facing has that same problem over here with poverty. You worried about the wrong country, man, and stuff. Cause America's dealing with poverty over here too. It's not like common like they are and stuff, but it's over here too. Just look in your poorest neighborhoods. And you want to worry about somebody. And you want to worry about something in the Middle East. Oh my god. These Disney adults are not for real, Wes.
And also, it is illegal, punishable by death, to be part of the LGBT community. If you're found holding the hand of the person of the same gender, you could be put to death.
Welcome to reality of dictatorship, man. What took you so long? They got a fucking dictator. I think they have. Wait, do they have a dictator over there, West?
I really don't know.
I don't know either. So I'm assuming. Well, whatever it is, and so their government. Welcome to that type of government where they frown upon shit and stuff. Didn't your parents ever tell you that? You should be blessed to be over here in America. So you should be worried about just America. Who the fuck cares about Abu Dhabi? Oh, Disney can't build a park over there, so because it's full of for a fucking amusement park. These people are losing their shit over an amusement park, Wes. Disney did not say anything about them getting involved in no fucking politics over there. So I bet you Bob Iger doesn't want anything to do with those politics over there.
Yeah, he probably just wants to put a theme park there.
Yep.
So right now is when you need to pay attention to your favorite Disney creators. If they are okay with this, it's time to unfollow them.
Oh yeah, unfollow them because we're just fine with Disney. They're just fine with Disney doing what they got to do to make their business live longer, right? These fucking people, man, are fucking beyond deranged, without a doubt. This man doesn't understand dictatorship and different types of government and a more authoritative government. This ain't fucking U.S. that we're talking about here.
And those that are speaking out against it, especially those who have an actual partnership with Disney, it is time to follow them and make sure that you are supporting the ones who support everybody. It's also time to get on to Disney pages, social media pages, and comment about how ridiculous this is. Now, it is not officially.
Oh my god. You think that's going to still work in 2025? I mean, well, being Disney and stuff, I mean, I wouldn't be so surprised.
Yep.
That's the type of people they're catering to now. This is why Disney. This is why we don't really feel remorse for you. You let these people have a voice. You could have just told them to fuck off and been like, yeah, whatever. You guys do what you want. You guys do what you want to do. Unfollow us or anything like that. We'll just get some fans that actually care about our movies. Actually, will go see our movies and actually get us our money that we need and stuff to expand our parks and everything and stuff, and we'll just continue catering them. That's what y'all should have said. But y'all decided to cater to these people, and now look what happened. Now they think they can just come on TikTok and say what they want to say. Y'all gave these power to them, so that's your fault, Disney. Be playing on this stuff. But we just gotta laugh at it, right?
Paid for by Disney. It is paid for by a different company, but it is going to be run by Disney, designed by Disney, and built by Disney. And Disney is putting their name and their characters and their, intellectual property and everything into it. So for all intents and purposes, it is a Disney park attached to the Disney.
No shit, Sherlock. Man, somebody should hire, and somebody in the CSI department should hire this guy, right?
Yeah, what a detective.
Yeah, because you just not figured that out. After all, this is Walt's vision, right? Walt wanted to expand his shit around the world, right? What an idiot, man. And they call themselves true Disney fans and stuff. If you were a true Disney fans and stuff, you would understand what Walt. Oh, I forgot. These are the same guys that ousted Walt because of his because apparently he was for the Nazis, Wes. I forgot about that,
Name
Wes.
and brand, even if the money is not there. But they will be getting money for it. It's weird.
Yes,
but
that's how corporations work.
It's not good. It is not good. Not
In your
good
opinion.
at all. Not a good. Not.
Oh, he gets so bent out of shape for that. That is sad. Oh, take a look at this, Wes. Take a look at this one.
Disney has just announced they are building a new theme park in Abu Dhabi. I'm here live in Disney World, and obviously it's insane news that Disney is going to build another park worldwide. They have 6 right now. They have the 2 in the US, Disneyland Paris, Shanghai Disney, Tokyo Disney, and Hong Kong Disney. And so it makes sense that they're trying to reach a different audience by going in a spot that they don't have a park yet. And I have to say,
what's wrong with that? Again, what's wrong with that, Wes? I guess it's illegal to make money, Wes. See, they're allergic. Disney, this is why you need to turn course now and stop listening to these fucking weirdos, man. These weirdos are just telling you just to stop making money. Stop making money. Close your doors. Close your doors and stuff, because if you make money and stuff, we'll fucking cancel your ass and stuff, and then we'll call you. We'll compare you to Walt Disney's Nazi regime, right?
I have to say, it has always been on my bucket list to go to all of the worldwide Disney parks. But here's the issue that I have with them choosing Abu Dhabi. So I am gay, as is my brother, obviously, as is my girlfriend, as is
I don't care.
my brother's husband. And in Abu Dhabi, it is illegal to be a homosexual. You can be imprisoned or even killed for it. And while many times this does
Huh? What happened? What happened? Did I fall asleep, Wes?
Yep.
Oh man. I was bored, man. I was bored. All I gotta say, Wes, who the fuck cares? Do you care?
Nope.
Exactly. Exactly. So why?
does not impact
why
tourists.
you
I
complaining about
personally
it?
would never go to a country that could be a risk that I could face. Just like I will never travel to Russia, at least until laws change. And Disney is all about inclusion. They even added a key, meaning it's intertwined with their culture. But to pick a location that so many of their cast members wouldn't be safe in, so many of their guests wouldn't be safe in, it's very challenging because this park obviously
They think they're the majority. Oh my god, you're so stupid. Stupid. You are pretty
will be
stupid,
incredible. They're going to
man.
have so much money to put into it. It's going to be amazing. But on the other hand, I could never feel safe traveling there, just looking over my
Then
shoulder,
just don't
worried something
go.
would happen. So while it is very exciting news, I no longer have the goal to visit all of the Disney theme parks in the world, just 6 of them. But maybe things will change, and if they do, then you might see me there. Or you might not, for many other reasons, like it's probably super expensive and hard to get to. But anyway, those are my 2 cents.
Well, okay, then nobody will.
No one asked for that. So
Yep. Nobody cares. I mean, do you care, Wes?
Nope.
Yeah, nobody cares and stuff. You're not the vast majority and stuff. I mean, Disney's got fans all over the stuff. Inclusion, and by the way, I like how they keep misusing that word inclusion. They think it's about them, but it's not about them, right? Inclusion means everybody, regardless of your gender, your sexuality, the country you're from, anything. It's everybody. It is everybody. So for you to sit up in there and make that bold-faced statement and stuff, my God, Wes, you are you're legitimately an idiot. You are a legitimately idiot. Oh, Wes, by the way, look at this. Now blame's being passed around at Marvel and Disney, because Marvel blames Disney for the recent film and TV failures. Use same excuses as Star Wars. No. Let's not start doing that shit, guys.
We're not playing the blame game.
Huh?
We're not doing the blame game.
Yep. Because it is everybody's fault there. Disney and Marvel. Y'all both fucked up. We're not gonna start that shit now. It's because you guys had the option not to. You guys decided, let's make Phase 4 and 5 and 6 all about the messaging and stuff, and fuck the fans. Tell the fans to fuck off. They don't like our shit. You guys are the ones that decided that every woman that to focus on that Avengers Endgame cringe scene with female Avengers and stuff, and then you decided to make it the top priority after Endgame. Now that you have all these flops on your hands and stuff, now you want to point fingers and stuff. No. You guys pointed at all yourself. It is all of y'all fault. It ain't just Disney's fault. It ain't just Marvel's fault. It's everybody. Everybody at Disney's fault and Marvel's fault. Start taking responsibility for what you did. Kevin Feige, we got receipts of you saying that you wanted to be an all-female led projects. Oh, you did it. You did it too. And where did that got you? Lots of money being lost. I can tell you that for sure. Lots of fucking money being lost. What you think, Wes?
Honestly, it's funny watching them go back and forth.
Yep, they don't even know what the fuck they want. So, yeah. Suck it up, Buttercup and stuff. You fucked up. You fucked up. And now you want to play the blame game. Ain't nobody's fault but yours. Alright, so Wes, we gotta talk about
oh boy, we get to talk about this weirdo again. I've been waiting for this.
Yep. So this time, good thing we have to watch that video again. That's a good thing, right? Apparently, this thing right here and stuff is being criticized, right? Being criticized for going after Kirsch, right? And so they're going back at them and stuff, and they're putting out they're sending out they're speaking out against him, right?
Yep.
And it's apparently homophobic, transphobic, and all that good stuff because yeah, you will never be a woman. Where's the lie in that?
Where's the lie?
Where's the lie in that? You're somebody who is a disgusting individual, right? That said some off the wall type of deals. You said something very off the wall. You expect people to sit up there and be like, yeah, that's fine. I mean, you didn't say nothing wrong, right? Oh, woe is you. Oh, woe is you. And now that we're calling you out for, now that people are calling you out for that particular state, that the dirt has been dug up, and so now you want to go write an article about humiliating yourself, about how humiliated you were towards these people. Look at this. It's just a paragraph after paragraph of him humiliating himself, even after explaining to normies in graduate details with what each slur means. This has to be humiliation fetish thing and a balance. you are a hysterical degenerate. Where's the lie in that?
No lie detected.
No lie detected in that and stuff, because you are a hysterical degenerate and stuff. The shit you said and stuff was still out of line and stuff. Y'all people in the LGBT community need to stop worrying about the dumb shit and stuff, and get these extremists out your community. They really are making you look bad. Because you got this disgusting human piece of filth over here making y'all look with a bad name and stuff, claiming that he's trans, and you know what he was trying to do with women, right? We already know that case, so I'm not even going to fucking mention it. So this is every valid and stuff, and this is valid. But you want to play victim card, continue to play victim card, act like you're in the right and stuff. Now, I mean, nobody needs to come in there and give you death threats or anything. It's like, yeah, nobody deserves this stuff, but you do deserve to be investigated by the FBI, right? You do deserve to get investigated by the FBI or possibly in jail. Because you are a disgusting human being. So I'm not gonna sit up here and read your little article and stuff. Who wants to sit in here and read this shit, Wes?
I know I don't.
I know I don't either. But it's just funny to me that now this person is playing victim. I knew that this was gonna happen. Because they don't take accountability for their own wrongdoing and stuff. They don't just sit up there and look be like, well, maybe we shouldn't have not maybe I shouldn't have not said that, because now the dirt's been dug up about me. Well, you got that right. You got that right. Because it had what the hell did I just go to? You got that right and stuff, because now the elephant's out of the room and it's you that's out of the room now. And that's all I'm going to say about that. I hope that we don't have to talk anymore. We're probably going to have to eventually talk more about this person, right? We probably are. I can already see it, West. West. Fantastic Four First Steps is undergoing reshoots nearly 2 months before release, West. Are you excited? Yeah. Well, what's the reshoots for and stuff? What's the reshoots for and stuff? To know that your shit's been caught. That's part. They probably found out that people found out about what the plot was technically is, right? But are they going to fix is the real question and stuff, because all that shit that that was said about Captain America: Brave New World, right? They were saying how bad it was going to be and stuff. And it turned out the rumors were true, right? Like we said, it always comes back and bites them in the ass and stuff. But then when they do reshoots, they don't try to do anything to fix that. Because what they're mainly doing reshoots for is probably for like to add a post credit scene or something like that, or probably add something that might be beneficial to the Avengers Doomsday, right? That's all they're doing. And then so the reshoot starts with as I don't know if this is technically reshoot stuff, but Julia Gardner had to go back on set for the Fantastic Four First Steps for additional photography in Los Angeles. That's probably going to be a scene with her, or that's going to probably be like a spin-off series for her stuff before she got turned into the Silver Surfer. Who knows? That's going to be like she was there filming that and stuff, so I don't know if that counts as it and stuff, unless this is part of it. They're going to tell like some little origin story about female Silver Surfer, right?
Yep.
Which even Julia Gardner's confused about. She over here scratching her head. And it's too late for reshoots, man. It is too late for reshoots and stuff. Why would you wait 2 months before?
Seriously.
2 months before. If this movie is a failure, then it's just gonna have to fail, man. It is just gonna have to fail. So yeah, that sucks. That really sucks for you, Captain Fantastic Four, right?
Yep.
So yeah, good luck to you. Good luck. Good luck to you. Oh yeah, we got to talk about this, Wes. Disney's re-releasing Snow White into 12,000 theaters, Wes. Like that's gonna do anything. That's going to do anything, Wes.
That's not going to do anything. That won't even put a dent in it.
Let's check it. Let's check it. Let's check it, man. Cause like I said, like that's gonna do anything. It still hasn't made no money in the box office.
Look at all that red.
This movie lost money. How you gonna save face? How you gonna save face from that? There is no saving grace for this movie and stuff. But hey, they think just by releasing this, people are gonna go back and see it. So we'll be talking about this next week weekend to say how much it failed, right? Yep. So I'm ready. I'm ready to be right back here talking about it again and stuff. Oh, by the way, we got another one. We got another one right here, Wes, of a Disney shill.
Oh boy.
Talking about Abu Dhabi and stuff, where being gay and trans is illegal and women have sometimes asked a male guardian for approval. How is that Disney magic? I hope your partnership has a loophole because of all this bullshit. So once again, not understanding that they had to make money somehow. Who who cares about the politics? Like seriously. Everything's got to be political with these motherfuckers, man.
Yep.
Like a waste of time. I guess we'll leave it right there, Wes.
Yep.
Cause yeah. Got anything else to add?
Nope. Let's just end it.
Alright. Well, this is Chopper signing out for now. Peace.
Peace.